Introduction. When her body is there, but her soul has left? Have you ever sat across from a woman talking, laughing, sharing, but deep inside, something felt off? She's smiling, replying, even spending time with you. But something is missing. Her energy feels distant. Her response is robotic. Her eyes don't carry the same spark they used to. It's subtle. It's first, almost unnoticeable. But that's exactly how emotional detachment begins. Silent. Slow and almost surgical. Most men don't see it. Not until it's too late. And by then, they've invested their time, their loyalty, and worst of all, their hearts, into something that was already dying. In this video, we're not just talking about breakups. We're breaking down the invisible signs that a woman has. Emotionally checked out even if she's still physically present. The goal: to make sure you never again waste your time on someone who's already halfway out the door. These aren't red flags, they're exit signs. If you can spot them early, you'll avoid months, maybe years of being breadcrumbed, manipulated, or quietly replaced, because here's the brutal truth. Women don't always leave suddenly. Sometimes they fade piece by piece, smile by smile, until one day they're gone. You never saw it coming. Let's dive into the 6 silent psychological signs that she's not serious about you. We'll start with the one most men brush off until it destroys them. Clue number 1. Minimal effort in CIOMUAIK texts aren't just lazy. They're a warning shot of her sent a heartfelt message and got back a cold, dry K. Or you shared a moment from your day and she replied with LOL or busy R. At first, you tell yourself she's just distracted. Maybe she's tired. Maybe she's overwhelmed. But here's what's really happening. She's no longer emotionally invested. And if a woman's emotions are no longer in the game, her words will betray her before her actions ever will. The psychology behind it: communication is an energy exchange. When a woman cares about who truly cares, she makes space for that exchange, not because she has to, but because she wants. She'll ask questions. She'll remember details. She'll engage with presence. But when her emotional attachment starts to fray, her communication becomes shallow, minimal, and detached. It's not just about how much she texts, it's about how she texts. You'll notice short, cold replies, delayed responses, no follow-up questions, no depth, no warmth, no soul. It's like talking to a chat bot with better grammar. And here's the kicker. When a woman wants to talk to you, she finds ways. Even if she's busy, even if she's tired, even if it's 2 a.m. now, and she's drained from her day. Desire fuels communication. Absence of desire kills it. Red flags to watch. Takes hours or days to respond. No real reason. Only replies when you initiate. Stops using emojis, inside jokes, or personalized language. Conversations revolve around logistics, not emotions. Texts feel like formal updates, not flowing dialogues. What not to do. Don't double text. That screams insecurity and desperation. Don't confront aggressively. Why aren't you replying? Pushes her further away. Don't justify it endlessly.
Maybe.
She's just busy as a lie you tell yourself to avoid facing the truth. The brutal truth: a woman who's into you will show it, not through grand gestures, but through consistent emotional engagement. If you're carrying 90% of the conversation, if your messages are met with one-word replies, silence becomes the norm, not the exception, then my friend, she's already emotionally elsewhere. The question isn't whether she'll leave, it's whether you'll walk away before she does. Still holding on? Let's go deeper. The next sign is even more chilling because it reveals she's already planned a future, and you're not in it. Clue number 2. Avoiding future THL. Keith, a free exit tactic that quietly tells you she's not planning to stay. Let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to make plans for next month, and she suddenly got busy? You casually mention your birthday next month. She dodges with a fake smile and a subject change. Try to bring up a trip, a concert, a long weekend. Something simple like, hey, we should check that place. Out next Friday. And what do you get? A non-committal? Yeah, maybe. That, followed by radio silence. This isn't forgetfulness. This isn't bad at planning. This is deliberate emotional distancing. What's actually going on? When a woman sees a future with you, she leans in, subconsciously. Her language, her plans, and her emotional investment begins stretching forward in time. She'll say things like, "We should go there next month. You'd love that restaurant. Let's try it soon. We should binge this show together." Small things, yeah, but they matter. Because they're signals that she's seeing you in her future. Now contrast that with a woman who's not invested. She keeps everything vague. She avoids committing to anything beyond the next 24 hours. And anytime you bring up plans involving next week, next trip, or next year, she short-circuits the psychological escape hatch future talk equals emotional commitment. It forces her to acknowledge that this thing might be real, and if she's emotionally unsure, or already detaching, future planning becomes a landmine. Her subconscious doesn't want to promise a future she's not ready to give. So instead of saying, she simply avoids imagining a future at all. Red flags to watch. Deflection tactics. You bring up plans and she changes the topic instantly. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, how's your job? Vague interest with no follow-up. That sounds fun, but she never brings it up again. Zero long-term curiosity. She never asks what you want in life, what your future goals are, or how you envision relationships. Mindset. She hits you up at 10 p.m., wants you to just come over, but avoids anything that needs scheduling in advance. Non-committal language. Let's just go with the flow. Or I don't want to overthink things. These aren't personality quirks. They're exit strategies in disguise. Psychological insight. A study from the University of Toronto revealed something striking: couples who frequently use future tense language like "we should" or "let's do" report significantly higher relationship satisfaction. Why? Because planning together creates a shared identity. It signals psychological union. If she never engages in that, it's not because she's chill or go with the flow. It's because she doesn't see you as part of her path forward. What not to do? Don't test her with fake scenarios. My cousin's wedding is next May. Want to come? It sounds strategic and creates pressure she recoil from. Don't overinterpret her. Excuses. I'm just not good at planning is believable once. Not every time. Don't make her future her problem. You can't drag someone into your timeline. The brutal truth. A woman who wants a future with you will mention it, even if you don't. She'll drop little lines like, "Let's do this again. We have to go here next time. You'll love my favorite spot." She'll volunteer those plans. She'll weave you into her tomorrows without you even asking. But if every time you bring up a date, a trip, or even next weekend, she gets uncomfortable, then she's not confused. She's not unsure. She's just emotionally checked out and holding the door open for someone else. But if that one stings, clue number 3 is even harder to face because it reveals what her body language is screaming while her words stay silent. And it's not about sex. It's about the death of real connection. Let's go deeper. Clue number 3. Lack of physical or emotional intimacy when her body's present. But her heart's already going to hear something every man must understand. A woman's. Touch is never just physical when she holds your hand, kisses your forehead, or pulls you closer in the middle of the night. It's not just affection, it's connection. And when that physical connection starts to fade, it's never random. It's not hormonal. It's not about being tired. It's emotional detachment leaking into the physical realm. Her body always follows where her heart leads. And when her heart is gone, what's left behind is what we call duty. Touch, a mechanical hug, a forced kiss, a cold shoulder. It's not intimacy, it's obligation. The neuroscience of touch and emotion touch is deeply neurological, real. Loving touch releases oxytocin. It's the bonding hormone. This is why affectionate couples feel emotionally closer after physical closeness, because their brains literally bond. But if she's checked out emotionally, her brain avoids that bond. So, she'll stop touching as a way to keep distance. And if she does touch, it'll feel stiff, brief, lifeless. It's no longer about desire, it's about duty. You'll feel it. It's subtle, but devastating. It's red flags to watch. She stops initiating touch. You're always the one reaching for her hand or leaning in. She accepts affection, but doesn't. Return it. You hug. She stiffens. You kiss. She gives a quick peck with no warmth. Sex feels mechanical. No emotional connection before or after. It's transactional, like checking a box. No emotional depth during vulnerable moments. You open up. She stays on the surface talking about her day, the weather. Random gossip, body language screams distance, turning away from you in bed. Crossed arms. Closed posture, avoiding eye contact. These are not quirks. They're not about being tired or moody. They are signs of a relationship in emotional decline. The subtle signals of emotional withdrawal. A woman who's emotionally invested will find excuses to touch you, even in the smallest ways. Brushing lint off your shirt, resting her hand on your knee during a conversation, playing with your hair while you're watching something. These little gestures may seem meaningless, but they are powerful signals of emotional presence. The absence of them is just as powerful, psychological. Deep dive. According to the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, it's not sex that predicts relationship. It's non-sexual physical affection. Things like cuddling, holding hands, spontaneous touches. When these vanish, the emotional connection has already cracked. You just haven't noticed. How deep yet? What not to do? Don't chase or touch. You can't force connection through physical pressure. It won't revive the intimacy it'll kill. What little is left, don't blame yourself. This isn't about you being unattractive or boring. It's about her emotional state, not your value. Don't overcompensate, showering her with affection. To win her back will only highlight the imbalancing, make her pull away faster. The brutal truth, a woman who wants you will crave your touch. She'll find ways to close the gap. She'll lean on you when you talk. She'll reach for your hand without thinking. She'll hug you longer, hold you tighter. But if she's detached, her body becomes a wall. Her hugs become chores, and intimacy becomes rare, awkward, disappears altogether. When a woman is emotionally checked out, her body doesn't lie. You'll feel the cold. You'll feel the absence. And eventually, you'll feel the loneliness of loving someone who's only pretending to love you back. And just when you think it couldn't get worse, the next clue hits even harder, because it reveals the one behavior that quietly turns you from her priority into her plan B. Let's expose the next red flag.